Okay, so I recently realized that I don't like myself as much as I thought I did. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, my name is Scola, and you are enough. You are enough. Okay guys, so welcome back to my channel. Okay, welcome back. So today we're going to be getting a little bit deep and introspective. So I'm hoping some of you guys can relate. I think in my teens and in my early 20s had an idea of who I wanted to be. And as I got older, I realized that wasn't necessarily who I was meant to be. I may have wanted to be that person, but it wasn't who I was meant to be. And it got to a breaking point where I had to accept the changes I'd gone through, the experiences I'd had, and accept who I was becoming and who I actually preferred to be. And that's been a really difficult transition because I think I went from wanting to be the type of person that is very much celebrated in society. So some of the things that I want to do in life and everything I've realized don't really adhere to societal norms. It sounds so deep. But it's the truth. I'm pretty sure lots of people go through this. I saw my older sister go through this as well, except she decided to pack up and move to South Korea for a bit. I don't think I'm gonna move anywhere anytime soon, but I definitely want to carry on this journey of being like, do you know what, this might not be the typical path. This might not be what is seen as good or successful or whatever, but it's what's making me happy. So we're gonna get into that. But before we do, if already you like the vibes, you like the energy here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell button, because you know what, baby? I am learning to like my vibes and my energy. So join me in the journey. Join me in the journey. Anyway, so I think this all really started when I decided that I was kind of done with trying to lose weight for a while. So you guys don't know who I am or anything about my channel. I sort of started this all off by going through a weight loss journey, and I was literally 14. I'm a 27-year-old woman now, and I wasn't sure if I liked myself very much when I wasn't striving to be perfect, because that's what the root of it was. Me constantly trying to manipulate and change my body, even though at the time it felt like it was something positive and healthy I was doing for my body. I realized that for me and the way my life was, it's something I needed to put on pause. I am not saying other people can't do that. Like, yes, go for it, do what you need to do, but I need to take a moment to just be still and be present. I had this idea of what perfect was when I wasn't striving towards being perfect. Sitting within my imperfections was really difficult, but before I really start to mouth off, let me tell you what I'm going to be doing whilst I'm chatting. So I'm super excited to say this video is sponsored by Cricut, and here I have the Cricut Joy machine. It does a bunch of cool stuff, but today I'm going to be using it to make some really cute little motivational stickers. I love a motivational quote. As you can see on my laptop here, I have a motivational sticker, but let me show you guys some of the projects I've actually done so far. So here we have my little like kitchen containers. What do you call them? Jars that I just keep stuff in. Guys, if you could see outside, it is increasingly getting mistier and mistier. I cannot see the sky. It is, I'm not gonna lie, it's so disheartening. It's not a good time. And this is why I really want to show you guys this. Please pick up a hobby. Anything that does not include scrolling on your phone. I know that is so ironic to say as I sit here talking to you from your phone probably, or your computer, whatever. It's okay. I have my laptop here, I put up a video, something like that, but also it's nice to have something to do with my hands, and that's what I've been doing. So that's what we're gonna get into. So I actually got this project from the Cricut app, so you can look at other people's projects that they've made on the app. You can customize them, edit them. There's so many different options, honestly. It's you've got every choice under the sun. I decided to pick these because they looked simple enough, but I still had a little bit of trouble with them. And at first I was like, I just want to get rid of them because it just didn't look right. But I was like, this is exactly a representation of the journey I'm on. I am not perfect and I am not good at everything, and that's fine because I can get better. But even if I didn't, I'm so proud of myself for trying, because this time of year can be really tricky for me. I really struggle during these months. I have my sad lamp on here to brighten up my day, all the things that really boost me when the days are shorter and everything's a bit darker. So just doing things like this really make a difference. And I have to say, this is one of the happiest Januaries I've had in quite a few years. And it's doing things like this that has really helped. So anyway, so I've got my oats, I've got my coffee, and I've got my tea. I am a tea girl, aren't I? And I'm a coffee girl as well. But I don't eat enough oats, I have to say that. I used to be such an oat girl, but basically today's project that I'm going to be working on is I have decided, ooh, I should show you my first project I did. I don't know if you can see that little star. This sticker is from one of my favorite artists, actually. But this sticker is the first one I made with the Cricut Joy. And it was so easy. And it's one of the first things you do when you're setting up your little machine. But today I want to do a quote with you guys whilst I chat, and the quote I'm going to be using is "You are enough." So over on the app, I already went in and started creating my project. I'm on literally 6% battery right now. I am a chaotic human being, but the cool thing is I can literally just go to my projects and it should be saved there. So this is the easy bit, like designing it and everything. I haven't struggled with that too much. What I struggle with is like the peeling and the sticking. So we're going to be doing that together. So I am just going to say make it. And what I'm going to do, I didn't actually explain, is I'm going to stick it on my little mug, okay? I don't know if this is gonna turn out looking good or not, but this mug already has like a gold rim, and then I have this smart vinyl that's permanent and it is in gold. So I was like, oh, I mean, I'm a few quotes away from being a live, laugh, love girly. Did I say that too fast? Live, laugh, love girly. I am so close to being that girl because the amount of quotes I have in this home, but it just, I like reading a good quote. I like a good reminder that things are good. You know what I mean? Okay, I had a bit of a silly moment there. I hadn't connected it to my Bluetooth, but it's all good now. Right, so I am gonna be using, is this like matte metallic? Do I have to put that down? This is matte metallic smart vinyl. Okay, so whilst that works, I hope it's not too loud. Honestly, it is actually not too loud in person, but my mic picks up everything, so I'm just gonna be talking over it a little bit. So right now I'm using the smart vinyls, and that's mainly the material I've used so far because the projects I've done just require smart vinyls, but you've also got cards. So I'm gonna be making cards, and you also have this like smart paper sticker. Yes, smart paper sticker cardstock. So I'm really excited to use this as well because they have different colors of these. I mean, they have different colors of the smart vinyl as well, but I got a pastel pack and I was like, oh my gosh, that is giving me spring vibes. As you can tell, I am in a spring mood. I am just craving color. Are you done? Babes, I was actually having a chat and you did that a bit too fast. I can unload it. So this is the exciting thing, is I have so much to learn. But I guess I can just go in and peel this off, and I'm really scared because I could really mess this up, but let's have a little chat. So I realized that I don't really like myself as much as I thought I did, and I realized it's because I just haven't taken the time to focus on other areas of my life, and things like having hobbies, you know? I realized other people have so many different hobbies and interests, and I think I let one hobby and interest take up too much of my time, and it really, I think, affected me in a negative way in the end. I think it was so positive for the longest time because the good thing about health and fitness is that it's actually a positive thing in your life. Like, exercising is positive, eating healthy is positive, managing your health is a positive thing, but like anything, if you focus too much on it and neglect other areas of your life, you can end up not feeling great. Okay, so am I peeling off this bit? Oh, okay. I was trying to peel off the wrong bit. Guys, I picked such a difficult font. I was like, oh, let me go for this font. It looks a bit easier. But this little tool, this is the boop, boop, boop. What are you? You're the little bop, 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 bop. That's what we're going to call it. I know that's the scraper. Oh, I just love learning about new things. It's actually so exciting because soon I am just going to be the type of girly that I need to stop saying girly as well. I really need to. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay. So yeah, so anyway, so on that topic, another thing I realized is that I never let myself really do anything bad. And I really wanted to lean into doing things that I considered bad, whether that was like just being a little bit lazier than usual, not being as productive as I was, like, you know, just allowing myself to just not be this perfect human being has been really great for me. Oh, we have our first letter coming off. Oh, look at that. Do you see what I mean? Why am I like this anyway? Do I want it to face me or do I want to face the person? This is for me. So I'm going to have it facing me and stick that on. Of course I didn't check. Will this even fit all around the mug? Okay, Scola, so this is like a whole round the mug thing. Do you see what I mean? I'm just a bit of a chaotic person. Ah! No! Don't stick in there. Don't stick in there. Oh. Honestly, I think I just let myself have time out as well. I realized I was really burnt out and I sort of was burnt out. I would say I've actually been burnt out for a few years, but I did this thing where I just ignored it. I was like, I'm fine. And then it sort of caught up with me and then all sort of imploded because I was literally forcing myself to run on steam, not steam. What's the phrase when you're just running off of stuff that's not great? I don't know. But I feel like I'm in a really good position now. I really feel thank you, thighs, for saving this sticker. Let me just run through some things that I've been doing just to feel alive again, just to feel really good about myself again. And, you know, doing the things that I loved before. I think first of all, one thing I've done is I've acknowledged the things I actually really like about myself and I really liked about myself that I've done. And recently I started running again. So if you guys don't know, I couldn't run for a while because I had a knee injury. And so I just sort of stopped running and I don't think I realized how much that affected me at the time. I really didn't realize how much that affected me because running was actually a part of my identity that I really liked. I felt really proud of myself that I could run and have the motivation and the discipline to do something like that. It was something I was really proud of, and I did so many charity runs. Like I would run a lot for cancer research, which is something I'm really passionate about, and I felt really good about myself. And I didn't realize that not doing that anymore made me feel less like me, and not in a good way. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes when you go through changes in evolution, you also have to acknowledge areas where you're like, actually, I did like myself. Like I did like that about myself. Come on, baby. Someone who's much better than me is probably watching this back like, do you know what I've seen people do? I've seen people use the transfer paper. So I think what you can do is if I were to peel this up, but then no, because I still need to pick out the little bits, don't I? I don't mind doing it letter by letter anyway. It's very therapeutic. I feel good doing it this way anyway, because I think I saw a video of someone else doing it like this. That's another thing. There are so many videos of people doing this. It's so good. I think another thing I had to come to terms with is how to embrace and accept my body at where I'm at. You guys know I'm really big on that, and that's one of my biggest goals, is to embrace my body. And I realize it's going to be such a long journey because when you feel out of control with your body, it's much harder to accept it, because it's easier to accept your body when you can make it do whatever you want it to do. But once your body stops doing what you want it to do, and it may not look exactly how you wanted it to look, it's much harder to accept it. I'm not going as far as saying you have to love it, but at least try to accept it. And I realized I just didn't know how to do that as much as I thought I did. I thought I'd cracked the code, but your girl is still in her 20s, and I love hearing stories from women older than me, but also women that have had different experiences than me, because I don't think age is always necessarily a telltale sign of like whether someone knows more or less. We're all on different journeys and we can all learn from each other. But one thing I've noticed is women in their 30s, they feel good about themselves and within their body, and they talk about how it is a journey. So also, I have to sit with the fact that I'm okay with being a bit off with myself. Do you know what I mean? I actually have to be okay with the fact that I'm not going to be crazy about myself for a while. I am not going to know myself for a while. I am not going to understand myself for a while. I'm going to have so many new experiences that are going to change and shape who I am. I'm also less obsessed with trying to find myself. I'm just here for a good time. And I think also that's been a really big revelation for me in trying to heal and trying to become the person I want to be, is realizing that it's going to change. It changes every day. One day I might want to do this, one day I might want to do that, and that's okay. Like, it just changes, and that's part of life. Like, you can have huge life events that just change the trajectory of where you're going, and that is so exciting. It's scary. It is scary, but it's so exciting. And that's another thing I'm learning to accept, is that I'm saying all this now, but I might be saying something completely different in a year's time, 3 years time. I don't know where I'll be at. But all I know is every day I am going to do things that make me feel good. Every day I'm going to do things that make me feel happy. I'm going to work towards goals that in that time frame make me feel good. If that changes, maybe that changes, and that's okay. And I think that's really helping me to like myself more as well, is actually accepting that change and that uncertainty in your 20s, but just being a human in general, because I don't think you ever fully figure it out as well. From what I've heard anyway. People like in their 40s, like, yeah, I'm still figuring it out. And I watched a video this morning actually that was pointing out all the people that didn't find success until they were in their 40s or whatever. And oh my God, I mean, obviously I know this, but you just realize that you think this is it. This moment, everything you've been through, where you're at right now, is the trajectory of where you're at. Baby, you can switch and turn things around. Like, I'm here right now, but I don't know where I'm going to be when I'm like 40. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's still so much to life. Like, you can turn your life around at 30. You can turn your life around at 40. You can turn your life around at 50, 60. I mean, they make it seem like it gets harder the older you get, but in some ways, surely it would be easier because you've learned more, actually. You're much more knowledgeable about the world, that actually making those changes, making those pivots, yeah, it's scary because it's different from what you've known, but also you're doing it with so much more knowledge than you did the first time you were trying things. Do you know what I mean? That's not perfect, but that's all right. That's a bit of an angle. Yeah, and then I also watched another video the other day that really put things into perspective for me. And it was this guy talking about, trigger warning, we're talking about some deep mental health stuff real quick. But there was a time where he didn't want to be here anymore. And he actively tried not to be here anymore. And at that time, he just thought that was it for his life. I think he said he was in his 20s, maybe 30s, but in the video, he was now like a 40-year-old man. And he was just saying how, he now has 2 loving children, the love of his life, and he lives in like sunny California, which really helps with his mental health. I am going to make it so one day I live somewhere where it's sunny because, do you know what? I don't know if I can deal with the cold weather and the short, dark days. I don't mind, actually. I think if I could just travel, that would do it for me. Yeah, he was just sort of saying about how at the time he thought that was it for him. Like, he was always going to be there. And it was like so refreshing to hear that, because I think when you're young, you feel like life is short, and life is short. Like, in my family, we've lost some people at a very young age. Actually, we lost a family member that was my age. And if you guys have been watching me for long enough, you'll know. I don't want to get too much into it. And it just puts into perspective how you're just a bit like, life is short for sure, but life is also long. If it's suddenly gotten darker, one of my lights has just turned off because I've had it on for a very long time. It's a dark day though, but I hope you can still see me because I've got my sad lamp on. So I'm sorry. Did you guys see where that went? I didn't. I looked up for a second and it's just striking that balance between living life like it's your last day, but also acknowledging that things could change and you have so much time to change them as well, that you don't have to be in a rush all the time, you know? Like, you have time to get to where you want to get to, and it feels like, you know, you're not there yet. Oh, I guess one story I have to say is, I remember when I turned 18, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you'll know I wanted to go to uni, but I couldn't afford it because I didn't have the right visa to go to uni here in the UK and get student finance at the time. It was actually very, I don't know, very upsetting. Yay! It was actually very upsetting. I remember at the time, one, it felt like my life was over. Again, here we are, I'm fine. I haven't been to uni yet. I did attempt it, but I wasn't ready yet. Once I could go, but anyway, that's besides the point. But I remember I really wanted to move out because I was seeing all my friends having these amazing experiences living away from home, and I just wanted to live away from home, especially coming from a bit of a stricter household. It wasn't bad, to be fair. Like, I'm kind of glad I had that strictness because it probably stopped me from like going off the rails. But I just wanted that freedom, and I was watching all my friends get that freedom at that age where it's like perfect, do you know what I mean? And I just wasn't, and I wanted to move out so bad, but I just couldn't. And I remember one time I was so desperate to move out that I went and viewed this flat in London, in the south of London. And it was the grossest flat you've ever seen. The person was actually, it was actually a council flat, and the person wasn't allowed to rent out a room, but they wanted to rent out their room. This boy had just ruined this flat. It was gross. It was disgusting, like, oh. And I was ready to go and view it and see if it was a possibility just to make what I wanted in my head happen. But it wasn't the right time. And I'm so glad I stayed at home because I love being at home, and even now I miss being at home so much. But I know personally from my own growth and journey, moving out was something I wanted to do, and I'm glad I did it. But I did it at the right time. Like, once everything aligned and it was the right time to do it, I did it, and I did it well, and I did it at perfect timing, and it was all meant to happen for a reason. But at the time I couldn't see that because it felt like I just needed to rush because all my friends were like, you know, at uni. I was at home. I felt left out. I felt left behind in life, and they were all having these experiences that I wasn't. But when I really looked at it, I was like, it's actually not for me as well. I don't think the whole lifestyle of living in uni dorms and everything would have been for me anyway. I wouldn't have enjoyed it. And I actually ended up having the perfect life for me. At the end of the day, I loved the life that I ended up living in my early 20s. Like, it was perfect, and I feel like I still got the same experiences as my friend did at uni, but probably less chaotic. A bit chaotic, but just less chaotic and less stressful maybe, but just perfect for me. And I love that. I just love that. And it's just so funny how we freak out so much about life, so much about ourselves. And at the end of the day, it all just works itself out. And that's where I'm really trying to be at right now. I am trying to be in my Zen era where I stop worrying. I really struggle with anxiety, I'm not gonna lie. I overthink a lot, but you know, again, health and fitness has been a huge help with that. I hadn't realized how, since I stopped working out as much, how much actually my habits before really helped with my mental health. And having taken a step back from it, I realized how much I actually needed it. But it was nice taking a step back and stop doing it for the wrong reasons, going back and doing it for the reasons that I needed what I needed at that time, if that makes sense. There's no issue with trying to work out if you have certain goals to do with your body, that's cool. But I was done with that. I need to take a step back and really just focus on my mental health. I used to always do that. Like I would go on runs and everything and work out for my mental health, but there's always that thing in the back of my mind, like I need to do this to maintain my body so I can look a certain way, so I can do my job, blah, blah, blah. And there's a lot of pressure there. Once I took that pressure off and I'm like, I'm good. I am good. So yeah, I'm just trying to be really present, really zen, stop freaking out about the future. And especially with everything going on right now with the economy and everything, it feels like this is going to be forever. And I'm not, you know, trying to disregard people's experience because it's tough. It really is. But you just have to tell yourself it's not going to be like this forever. Things are going to get better. And it may not feel like it right now sometimes, but you are enough. You are enough. No way. Okay, so the placement is a little bit different because I didn't measure how, you know, long it was going to be, but at least anyone else can read it. Like when I'm drinking it, anyone else can read it. And if I want to, I can put it down and put it in a way that I can read it. Oh my God, guys, I'm so proud of myself. No, this is so cool. Like, this is so creative of me. I'm not trying to like big myself up, but it's just, it's so rare I do little things like this. Like I love art. I love being creative. I love doing things like this. And it's like, I looked at this mug. I was like, literally, I got the inspiration. I was just sitting here drinking my tea. I looked at the mug and I saw the gold rim and I was like, wait, there's a gold, you know, vinyl in this pack. What if I just used it? Oh, I just realized I've got a bit of another sticker stuck on it, but that's fine. That's fine. It's a bit imperfect. That's perfect to me. But I just got the inspiration. I made it and I executed it and I did it. And also I hope the girls from Cricut that sent me all the resources are watching this, and I hope you're proud of me because I did it. I mean, from here, this, that I sort of like messed up, to like this. I hope you guys can see it clearly. I'll take pictures as well, just because my light decided to go out on me. It's January. It's getting so dark outside already, but I think it's gonna rain or like a snowstorm or something. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm so happy. I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that. Oh, I know this is so weird, but guys, oh, the serotonin, or is it dopamine? I don't know which one. One of the happy hormones are going off in my brain because I made this. You are enough. You are enough. Oh my God, I'm so happy with this. And I'm really proud of myself. I hope this video was just a bit comforting to you guys. For me, it felt like I was just chatting with a friend and like getting things off my chest. And I hope you felt like you feel a bit less alone if you've been feeling the same as I have. I feel really good. I know it must be a bit worrying to hear someone doesn't like themselves. I actually really do like myself. I think I'm just learning to like myself again, and I just have to make myself aware of who I am actually. So I do like myself. I just need to remind myself who I am. And then I'm like, oh yeah, of course I like myself. Like, look, I can do this. I like me. Like my brain works well. Like I like how my brain works. Like the fact that I saw the gold and then I put the gold stick, like that makes me like me. And it's not that that wasn't already there. That was already in me. I just needed to do something to remind myself how much I like myself. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, guys, if you want to check out Cricut, I'll leave all the info down below. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. This feeling of achievement I have, and it's just for me. You do know what I mean? This is just for me to enjoy, and I could just sit here just making little products, sticking things on things and making cards and everything, and just feel so good about myself, and I love that. So it's such a fun little hobby to have. I'll leave all the details down below. There's so many resources online as well on the website, but outside of that, there's a huge community of people who love these little machines. There are also bigger machines that you can get. So if you're looking for tutorials and things to do, they've got so much info online. Guys, look at it. I love it. I love it. Imagine if I could make stickers and send it to some of you guys so you can have cute little quotes as well. But but I'm sure there's a way I can make it so it's not as tedious as it was for me, like so it's easy for you to peel off. I'll look into that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I just hope you know that you are enough. You are enough. You are everything, okay? And you will get there, and it's an ongoing journey, and we're in this together. And you know what? I feel so good about myself. I feel so great, and I'm so glad I sat down and chatted about this, because I just feel that relief. I feel good. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.